Hello everyone, this is Sankalpa.
And today I'm going to help you with some basics of Adobe Lightroom. So this is what you will get after you open Adobe Lightroom. This is the page that you will get. And the first thing you'll do is import photos that you want to edit on. So as I already have one, but also I'm going to guide you through how you're gonna add photos. So it's just simple. You go to add photos, you just locate your pictures where it is. So I can see pictures, wallpapers. If I go and get one of these, okay, so review for import. So here you will review. If you want to import this one, you just click it and add one photo. So it just gets, if you go to all photos, you'll see two photos right here. So okay, if in case you do not like to work with any of these photos, you just right click here and you go to delete one photo, and yeah, and you delete, it goes to deleted. So yeah, here you can see the pictures that are deleted. If you just want to restore, it's simple as this: right click and then restore photos. Yeah, so let's get on to the editing photos. So after you see that this is the picture you want to work on, you just double click here and you want to disable this because you do not work with these now, and then you start with these tools. So these are the tools that help you in editing your pictures, such as the first one is edit. That's mostly used when you use Lightroom. Yeah, and sometimes you need to crop and rotate the pictures as well. Likewise, there's a healing brush, and there's a brush, then there's linear gradient, and then this one is the radiant gradient. So mostly in basics, we just use these editing and then cropping tools, because these are the things you actually have already learned on Photoshop. Once you click on here, you just get a new sidebar here where you'll see lights, color, effects, detail, optics, and geometry. So today we are just going through the lights. So once you click on light, you'll see some of the bars here. So if you exposure, if you just hover over the exposure, you'll get a sight of what it's about. So exposure just controls the brightness of the photo as it sits. So if you want the brightness of this picture to be more, like, so you just slide it towards the right. So yeah, you can see the brightness increases. And so if you do not like the brightness of the pictures and you just want to decrease it, yeah, this is the process. Yeah. And so like you can have an exact values, like sometimes you just know what exact value you want your exposure to be. In that case, you just go through here and you enter the value. So it's like, if I like 3 or 4, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like if you want minus 2.50, yeah, this is what you'll do. And this is the same for the contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks, and all. So yeah, if you went through this and you just wanted to reset, you just reset here. Okay, so then if you increase the brightness to a little bit, okay, the exposure, yeah, this is what you, if you this is what you want, then yeah, you can go move towards the next thing, and that's to contrast. So yeah, contrast, if you hover over it, yeah, if you hover it, it lets you know that it determines the contrast between lights and dark colors. Okay, so if you want the objects and the background to be more, to pop up more, to make it more contrasting objects, then you just move towards the right. So yeah, you can see the trees, and these trees, they're contrasting. But if you go backwards, you cannot actually see where the trees end and where the background starts. So that's what contrast is about. And it's all about what you want your picture to be. So there's nothing like you have to make your picture more contrasting, or you have to make more exposure in your picture. So it's just what you have imagined, what you want your picture to be. So for me, I just want it around here. Okay. And then the highlights is about, yeah, you can hover it. Yeah, the controls the brightness of the light parts of the photos. So if you see the light part of the photos, like the sky and the pavement, so if I increase it, it's gonna increase the brightness of the light parts only. So if you go back, you can see the skies popping up more. So it's because of the more exposure that we are not able to see. Okay, sure. So can you find the difference here? And shadow is the opposite of highlights. Like, it controls the brightness of the darker parts of the photo. So like the road, the trees, and the other objects other than that are of darker colors. If you want to increase or decrease their brightness, you just move over it. Okay, sure. Right, so the objects seem to be brighter, but the sky remains the same. Yeah, and reverting it, you'll get these become less brightened. Sorry, this become less brightened, and yeah, that's it. So with the whites, you'll see only the white parts of the picture, like the sky, not the sky itself, but the clouds, the white in the roads. These are going to be brightened or less brightened. So like fishy. So this increases the brightness. This decreases the brightness of the white parts of the picture. And likewise, the blacks, it works with decreasing the brightness or increasing the brightness of the black parts, only the black parts or darker parts of the picture. Yeah, so if you look at this tree, which is one of the dark part of the picture, yeah, it becomes more contrasting because its brightness is lessened. But if you move towards right, the brightness of the darker parts of the image increases. While you're working with this, working with the contrast, you just wanted to know how your picture looked like before editing. Then you just go towards this, you locate this, and this will show you your original picture, and once you tap again, it will show what you have edited. So this helps in determining what you are working with. If you are working with other things like colors, okay, then colors, but you just wanted to see what effect has this made on this picture, not the light part, then you're just going to click this. And if you just want to see the lights but not the colors, this is what you'll do. Let me just, yeah, we'll learn about color in the next lesson. I'll guide you through what we will do in order to export this picture. Suppose you are done with this picture. Let's reset. Okay, sure. If you're done with the picture and you just want to export it, then what you're going to do is you just go to the picture. There are many ways, but the simplest way I find is just right click on this, export, or you can even use Command E or Control E if you're working in a Windows computer. So export one photo, export, and then you'll find this, where this is your final product. What do you want your file type to be? JPG, TIF, DNG, anything? I'm good with JPG. Dimensions as well, full size. If you want it to be full size, though it might get pixelated, but it's good with anything, whatever you want. It's same thing. Quality 90%, 100% will increase the value of the, increase the size of the picture. And yeah, this is the interesting part where if you want to include a watermark, you just click over the checkbox, and as my name is already logged in with the Lightroom Creative Campus, so this is what I get. But if you want to change it, it's really easy. You just go through here and you just change your name to suppose Creative Campus. Yeah, that's what you'll do. If you want to change the fonts, there are many fonts here. I like to work with the Georgia. Okay, so this is what you'll get. The size is regular. If you want bold, if you want italic, or even if you want bold and italic, you are good to work with it. So let's just leave it. And yeah, sometimes if this is the picture and you just want your watermark to be slanting and not sitting on here, you can can also rotate it. Yeah, so if I want this here, you can also do that. You can change the color to black and white. You can also drop shadows. As it is bold, you are not able to see the exact drop shadow, but yeah, that is the function, one of the function. And yeah, you can also use anchor to place anywhere, but if you are good to work with this, this is what you would like to work, because it gives you the exact place where you want it to be. The vertical outlet. Yeah, so likewise the opacity works with the transparency of your mm, watermark. Suppose it's here, and you do not want it to be more contrasting, you just work with the opacity to decrease so that it will be more transparent. Yeah, yeah, this is what you do. So if you are done with the watermark, you just keep it aside. Okay, no, let's just keep it on this side. Okay, sure. I like it here, but you might like it anywhere. So you just done. Just export one photo and wherever you want it. Yeah, I like to save it in the desktop. Yeah, this is where you will export. That's exported. Thank you and have a good one.